Could you tell me a little bit about, your new position here at the Chamber of Commerce and how things have been going so far?
I certainly will. I'm the new president and CEO of the Perry Area Chamber of Commerce, and came on board the last part of April and have taken the last couple of months to kind of get in and get a feel for the chamber and the community. We are in the throes of getting ready for our fireworks and parade on the 29th of June. So the office has been very hurriedly getting prepared for that, and the community has just been so open-armed and welcoming. The business community, the city, the fairgrounds, the CBB staff here. It's quite a team effort here in Perry, and everybody has been most welcoming. So it's been a really good 2 months.
That's great.
On the 29th of June, which is a Sunday, beginning at 6 p.m., we will have our Independence Parade. It honors our patriotic freedom and our local heroes. On Sunday, June 29th, beginning at 6 p.m., we're going to have our Independence Parade, and we are honoring our hometown heroes. Our Grand Marshal this year is Wallace Hurlbut. He is a Purple Heart recipient, and so we're very honored to have him with us. After the parade, we will have our Freedom Fireworks celebration on the grounds of the Fairgrounds and Agri Center, and we will have fireworks after dark, and we will have entertainment by the A to Z Band entertaining us before the fireworks starts. We're very excited this year, very much.
Okay. So what are some of your plans for the future of the city of Perry?
For the city of Perry, the Chamber's role is very much to help promote our members and our member businesses, and doing that in conjunction with the city, working very closely with their heads of the department and seeing where we can bridge that as a community, absolutely, and how we can support the DDA and Main Street programs and their efforts to draw new businesses and retail, and be here to support that, and also try to bridge our membership businesses into the other opportunities to cross-market with what is here, how to capitalize on what Perry offers as a community. We have a fantastic quality of life. The downtown area is one that is worth visiting for our tourists. They love to come in, and we're getting such unique little restaurants, and the day trips, the ladies groups is something to be marketed. We've got such quaint little shops. I mean, you can shop anything from your home and fashion to having a wonderful lunch, and then to also try to make sure we expand it out and that we're serving all of our members and helping them grow their business. But it's so symbiotic. If an area is attracting them in, that's fantastic. How can we make sure they stay and they visit the other businesses in the other parts of Perry that is here for our tourists and benefits all of us?
What are some of your ideas to make that happen for the coming year?
The Chamber has very many activities. For networking, we have celebrations each month, including our Business of the Month, and that's a way that we can honor one of our member businesses, help get them some extra promotion out that month, and give our members an opportunity to learn more about their fellow members in the Chamber. We also have Business After Hours. That is a fantastic networking opportunity. We have our website and our Facebook page, and that's not just for members. That is for the community as a whole, to see what we are doing here through this office and how we're helping our members grow their business and how we're helping market the whole community. But whatever means that we can find to connect our businesses, specifically our member businesses, with the money that's coming in off of I-75, the tourists that are coming, and with each other and the community here in Perry is the goal of the Chamber.
Could you tell me a little bit about how you got into this position? Why did you decide to take this position, and how did that process go?
Certainly. I served as the president of another area chamber for 2 years, and when I heard about this position's opening, the organization I came from was an umbrella organization where as chamber, economic development, and tourism were all under the same organizational leadership. And that can be very strong, and that gave me the opportunity to learn all three of those avenues. And when I heard about this job opening, and it being a chamber, an independent chamber in itself, different communities at different times need the different organizational structure. This interested me very much because of that independence. If you have the strength of the community for each of those organizations to be independent of each other, I think you bring 3 to 4 strong team players together, and we can work in unison and have a very strong front and a very much a team approach to marketing Perry. Perry obviously sits inside of Houston County, and there are there's county level economic development through the Houston County Development Authority, and it kind of is layered, and the chamber, I feel, is the perfect organization to kind of work as the business retention and expansion arm of the economic development engine of Houston County. When businesses are looking to come, whether it's retail, industrial, most often they're going to start at the state level, and then that's going to come to the county level. Then it'll hit the city level, and that's where a lot of times the chamber can be seen as a partner in those efforts, and definitely one to, once the business is here, we take very good care of them. We help them grow in our county. So all of that played together to make me very interested in such a chamber that can be independent and grow strong to take care of those members, yet is a part of that team for the whole betterment of the whole area of Perry and Houston County. Again, we are part of Houston County. We want it first to come to Perry, no doubt, because that's where we are. But if it doesn't land in Perry, we want it in Houston County because it's still going to benefit the community of Perry. So that was the strength. It was the fact that it was an independent chamber that was one of the main features of it that had me very interested.
You obviously have experience with developing communities economically. Could you tell me a little bit about how you got interested in economics and business, and what inspired you as you grew up and over your life, to learn about and become interested in such an area?
I'm very glad you asked that question. Most chambers will have a program called their leadership program, their class, where the efforts and the purpose of that is to grow leaders in our community. Every community across the nation can face the struggle of where does that next generation of leaders come. And that leadership program is one that has an awareness component, a community awareness component. You'll be amazed that people that have grown up in a community all their life have not noticed some of the changes or some of the leadership roles that are available to them because we're busy. We're all into our segment, into our worlds. So there's very much an awareness component to a leadership program. But then I have to commend this chamber prior to my arrival. They took their leadership program and they have revamped it, and there is very much a leadership development skills component to each one of our classes. Well, I went through a leadership program back in 2009 in the community I was in, And it was through that leadership program that I learned the functions and the roles of a strong chamber, development authority, and tourism, and how they really did work together with the city and the county officials to progress a community. And every community, yes, we all want growth, that's true, but we want quality growth. We don't want it to be something that is not the right fit for a community. That's every community's desire. So it was through that leadership program when I learned the different roles and the different functions. And I was like, I think that's what I would love to spend my time doing, my career. So from that, I started part-time, kind of learned the industry from the entry level up. I began part-time doing membership and events, and those are two of the very core components of any chamber. You have to have worthy events for your members to be a part of. They need networking and marketing opportunity. They need to meet each other, and they need to meet the public so that people know what they do. And then, obviously, the core of any chamber is going to be the membership base, because we are a member-driven organization. So I was glad that I had that foundation. And then I moved into the presidency role, and I served in that for 2 years. And I classify it that we're all into community development, whether it is focused on tourism, or I myself, the chamber is more on the business and member businesses. The Downtown Development Authority, the overall development authority of a county, our end goal is still the same, that we can progress a community. And I found that I just loved helping citizens of a community, whether they're business and just here during the daytime, or they are sleeping in our community and homeowners, or they're tourists. Just putting those people together, and it kind of goes back to the theory that some of the most happiest and successful people are those that are helping others achieve their goals. And that's kind of the way I look at this job. And I just found a career that I love, and I haven't looked back. And I've been very blessed, very, very blessed.
So could you tell us a little bit about the makeup of the chamber and what some of its strengths are?
Absolutely. Our chamber is structured where we are a board governed organization, and I can tell you from my experiences in talking with chamber executives across the state, the Perry Area Chamber of Commerce Board is fantastic. They very much are involved, and the committees here take ownership and pride in the part of the organization that they are in charge of, like our events committee, our diplomats. I have to give kudos absolutely to the staff here. Bonnie Giles and Vicki Mosteller have carried this organization through this transition time, and they have their different roles and functions here at the chamber that they oversee, and different committees that they oversee, and that is a strength that definitely frees me up to be in some of these other community partner meetings. Again, one of the strengths here in Perry is how we all collectively have a team mindset, and knowing that I've got the foundation here with Vicki and Bonnie, and knowing that the board is so committed to seeing this organization succeed, and that they are very much involved in that process. They are not a board in name, they are a board in action. And the committees that we have here, and the ownership that those committee heads take, and how they all work to make sure that that effort is completed, is really amazing in chamber world. I mean, it's truly one of the strongest that I've seen. So I came into a very, very good situation. My predecessor did some incredible media relations for us, and we will continue to have those strengths, and the events that we sponsor and produce are very strong, very successful for the community as a whole. So I stepped into a very good situation, and I'm grateful for that.
Could you tell us a little bit about yourself? Any hobbies you have, just a little bit of what people might not know about you outside work?
Absolutely. On my personal side, I have been married 25 years next month to, thank you so much, to the absolutely most wonderful man. His name is Jay McLendon. He's a Mercer Medical School graduate. So we spent some time here in Middle Georgia, and that's one reason I knew that I was very interested in Perry. I began my air traffic career here at what was then the Lewis B. Wilson Airport. I was FAA, it was not military. Our radar room was on the base at that time. And a matter of fact, the tower that I started in is on the grounds of the Museum of Aviation. The old orange and white tower, that was my first assignment. So that was quite interesting at that time in my life. I took about 18 years away from any career to raise my family. I have a son who is a senior at the University of Georgia. His name is Kelly. I have a daughter who is a rising junior at Georgia College and State University in Milledgeville. Her name is Jessica. So they are kind of finding their way, and my husband and I became empty nesters, and we're finding ways to enjoy more of our time together. We have a hobby that we share. We both ride our own Harleys.
Oh,
That's,
wow.
yes, sometimes people don't believe that I have my own, but I do, and I tease my husband that my Harley is actually one of the larger ones, and his is as well, but mine is technically heavier and bigger than his. So, but we do enjoy that. I mean, it's kind of a break and a getaway, and we like to go to motorcycle rallies and do charity runs. That's about the time we spend on the bikes, but it's just an opportunity to spend time together. I used to play tennis a lot. During those years I was a stay-at-home mom. I would do volunteer work, and then I was on a tennis team. So I enjoyed that time, but I think I'm enjoying this more.
That's great. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself, your hobbies and interests outside of work?
Absolutely. I have been blessed to be married for 25 years to my wonderful husband, Jay McLendon. He is a graduate of the Mercer School of Medicine in Macon. So we spent several years here in the Middle Georgia area. During that time, I was an air traffic controller, and I was civil, FAA. Our radar room was on Warner Robins Air Base, but we ran the tower, which at that time was called Lewis B. Wilson Airport. Matter of fact, the old orange and white tower that you see is an antique model on the grounds of the Museum of Aviation was the very tower I started in. I had the pleasure of working the opening shift of the new tower. Well, it was new to us. It's the one that is still currently on the grounds there. So that was a fantastic career, one that I enjoyed very much. I gave it up to be a stay-at-home mom for my two children. My son, Kelly, is a senior at the University of Georgia in Athens. My daughter, Jessica, is a junior at the Georgia College State University campus in Milledgeville. So we've been very blessed with those two additions to our life. And I enjoyed my time as a stay-at-home mom. My husband and I do share a hobby together. We ride Harleys, and yes, I do ride my own. Sometimes people find that not what they would expect, but I have the joy and fun of teasing my husband that my Harley is actually bigger than his Harley. So we enjoy doing charity rides together and going to bike rallies. That gives us something that we can share together, because we're both kind of in fast-paced careers. And So I personally enjoy playing tennis. Used to be on a tennis team before I went back into a professional setting, and just try to find ways to relax and kind of unwind after work.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Could you tell us a little bit about what your average day is like working in the chamber? Is there an average day?
I don't think there is an average day, and there may be some typical weeks, but and that's one of the things I love about this career. I can have my day planned in my head, but if something comes up that I need to react and respond to, that's a challenge, and that's something I like. If a member needs me or has a question, or a prospective member, those always are the elements that I look forward to in any day and any week. There are certain things that I monthly attend. We have a fantastic relationship with the city of Perry. I try to be at city council as often as I can be, and anytime I need to be. The Chamber as an organization enjoys a very good partnership with Perry, the DDA, Mary Beth Bass, Catherine Edgemont, and with Main Street program. There are other organizations that we contribute to and have positions on their board. I sit on the CBB board as an ex officio. Because again, that unity of this community and working toward the same efforts and the same end goals. So there's always certain things that are a monthly given. I have an executive board meeting once a month, and then our whole board meeting the following week. So I think that's one of the things that I enjoy about this career. Is yes, you can kind of generally have things arranged for a typical average day, but there's always that opportunity for something to come up that gives you an extra part of your day, extra challenge to meet.
Okay, wow. Okay, I'll probably do a question about how your average Perry citizen, or how can your average citizen get involved in their community? Does that sound okay?
Good.
So, trying to think how to say this, and it sounds like your average citizen. I guess I'll say, what should citizens know about getting involved in their community?
Okay, why don't you say the Chamber?
Getting involved with the chamber.
How can citizens of Perry,
That sounds good. So how can citizens of Perry get involved with the chamber?
I'm very glad you asked that question, Kelly. Most every chamber will have actually a membership level for individuals. These are individuals that are not looking to promote a business. It's not set up, it's not priced for business advertisement and those kinds of benefits. And some people ask why they should join as an individual, if they are possibly retired, or they, again, have no particular business that they're trying to advertise through the chamber. And here's what I like to explain to them. The chamber is an economic development organization in your community. It's not the only one, but it is a bridging organization that we work in tandem with a lot of the other civic, government, state level, county level. And the chamber can be that bridging, that piece of the puzzle that bring them all together and unite them. Yes, we're member driven. So we are always, first and foremost, here to support our member businesses and how we can help them grow. But we also have that role, and this chamber embraces it, to be a community partner, to help get the word out. So when someone comes into our membership as an individual member, That opens up the opportunities for them to be at our events. It opens up a conduit of information about the chamber, yes, but also about the community, because we are building those partnerships. We are out representing the chamber, the community of Perry, at regional events, at statewide events. There are organizations that we can be the conduit of reaching your representatives, your legislature, and we embrace that. The chamber has, this chamber in particular, has a very strong governmental affairs committee that we can vet issues. Chambers historically do not support candidates. Chambers look to vet issues and support issues. But we have connections through chamber world entities, through the Georgia Chamber, through the Georgia Chamber of Commerce Executives Association, through the U.S. Chamber, that we can look to them for investigative support on issues important to business, yes, but issues that are important to our business community are important to our community as a whole. So that's how anybody can be involved in the chamber, and I would encourage that. There's a tremendous amount of benefit for them to know what's going on in the community and in the business community, and for them to learn what businesses are members, and hook into our Facebook page and our website, so that they not only learn about what we're doing, but we try to make sure that we are also letting you know what the other organizations in Perry that are working toward that goal are doing.
It's wonderful. The parade is obviously the next big event coming up. Could you tell us a little bit more about it? What are the highlight events of the parade, and if people need more information, where can they go to find out about that?
Absolutely. Again, it will step off at 6 p.m. on Sunday, June 29th. It will begin up around City Hall and come down Washington. It'll make a right-hand turn on Main and pass in front of the New Perry Hotel. We will have some refreshment vendors. There will be bleachers set up in the parking lot area of the Houston County Courthouse Administration Building. There will be a few vendors there for some refreshments as well. I encourage people to get out early. The streets will be closed at 5. Bring your family. We are the only parade in Middle Georgia. We're very excited. The 21st Century Partnership has done a great effort to make sure that Houston County as a whole knows about all the different community celebrations for that week. Perry is very well positioned to be that ushering in event. We are first. We are the Sunday prior to the 4th. We get to open up that whole week of celebration. We are the only parade. There will be other fireworks celebrations, but we are the only parade, and I'm very proud of that, very pleased with that. The parade should end, it should last about an hour. From Main Street it will join Courtney Hodges, and it will come up and end at the Georgia National Fairgrounds and Agri Center. They are another fantastic community partner that the Chamber as an organization and I individually look forward to working with. We will terminate the parade at the fairgrounds. About 7 o'clock we will kick off our fireworks, Freedom Fireworks celebration. And the public will enter on the west gate entry to the fairgrounds. We will have A to Z band performing a concert and entertaining. Cox Catering will be providing the vending. You can bring a picnic and your own food, spread it out and enjoy the evening. You can bring a blanket and buy your food from Cox Catering. And I have recently had some of their food. Let me tell you, they do a fantastic job. So then after dark, when fireworks can be seen, we will shoot off our fireworks, and we've extended that show this year. We're looking very much forward to continuing to grow that event. But it's just going to be a great time. There will be a kids zone that is put on by Kathy's Rock. Everything about the evening is free. There is a charge for the kids zone, but for $10 by van for your child, they can play endlessly in all the blow-ups, and that's another great feature for the family environment to just be there and be together and celebrate our national freedom and to celebrate our community and reunite with your neighbors. We do ask that you do not bring pets, and we do ask that you not bring your alcoholic beverages to the event. As you can imagine, we want to make sure that it does stay very family friendly and that everybody is comfortable in the evening and what they're around.
And are there some resources in case people need more information, the website?
Absolutely. More information can be found on the Chamber's website, and that is perrygachamber.com. And you can always call the Chamber here at 987-1234, and we would be happy to give you any of the information that you need, directions, times. We also have our Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook. So, and we hope that you have seen our many flyers. The Houston Home Journal has been publishing our flyer in it. We have been trying to blanket the media. We have billboards up that we're very pleased with. And but again, if we can answer any questions, please call the Chamber and let one of us answer those questions for you.
Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thank you, Kelly, very much for joining us and visiting with us here at the Chamber.
So who all is involved in the setting up of the parade?
Well, most of that background work has definitely fallen to Bonnie Giles. Here she is our events director for the Chamber, and she works very closely with the Special Events Committee. Our diplomat committee has really stepped up and blanketed the community with our flyers. Vicki, obviously, the whole office is involved in pulling off such an event. But I will tell you, Kelly, nothing in the Chamber, especially the events of that magnitude, could ever be done without those committees, those volunteers, and it takes a tremendous amount, but also our sponsors. And this year we have been very, very blessed that the parade is sponsored by David Reagan Ford and Weyerhaeuser. The Freedom Fireworks is sponsored this year by Planners First, Cherokee Pines, and Walker Insurance. And I just thank them so much. Again, the Chamber could not pull off events of that magnitude, which brings in a lot of notoriety for our area. It really puts us on the map and makes that opening celebration for the whole week of the 4th something to be very proud of here in Perry. So I definitely thank our sponsors and all of our volunteers.